you multiply 15 for 6, and then if you notice that multiplication sign is really sideways, but it's supposed to be a multiplication sign. When you times 15 numerator and then to the denominator, you can just cancel it out. So this is like, for example, if you have like 2 times a over 2, so you know that this equals to 2a over 2, and then you can just cancel these 2's out, and that equals a. And you know this is true because if you multiply 2 back, a times 2 equals to 2a. Does that make more sense? Okay, so if we go back to this question here, after we multiply both sides by 15, we get a equals 6 times 15. So I'll write it here. A equals to 6 times 15. And then if you do the math out, this will equal to 90. So that would be the answer for number 63. Okay, and then number 64, the last one, that's using division. So I'm going to clear all the drawings. So for 64, again, you want to get the variable onto one side. So in this case, it is p, which is the variable. And in order to do that, you need to divide again by -5. And you also divide by -5 on this side. And like we saw before in the previous example, when you have like 2a over 2, you can just cancel these out. So here you can cancel -5 and -5 so that you're just left with p. So then p equals to 32 over -5. And then if you do that out, let me just do it out here quickly. So 32 over 5. So then you get -6.4 as the answer to number 64. On 68. So this one is easier because there's no like negative numbers and there's no need to multiply. Actually, there is at the end, but it's just overall not as many numbers being like shot straight at you. So we just have 3x equals to 6x minus 8. So here again, you want to get x on one side, but you're going to have to do this in 2 steps because x is multiplied to 6. So the first thing you want to do then is to get 6x onto one side. So again, you want to make sure 6 is x alone. In order to do that, you have to make sure the number next to it is 0 because any number plus 0 is just going to be that number. So -8 plus 8 is 0. So we don't need that anymore. And then you know that 3x plus 8 equals to 6x. Okay. And then from here, you might think that you can just subtract 8 from both sides, but there's actually a smarter way to solve this problem and get to the solution quicker, which is going to be subtracting 3x from both sides, and then you'll see in a moment why this is actually going to be useful. So you know that 3x minus 3x is just equal to 0, so we don't need this anymore. So then you have 8 equals to 6x minus 3x, which you know is going to be 3x. And then after that, you just divide both sides by 3 because you want to just get x. And again, like we've seen a lot already, 2a over 2, you can just cancel out the 2's, and that equals to a. So similar idea here. You can just cancel out the 3's, so then you get x equals to 8/3.